or business owners are affected directly, not indirectly, are affected directly by other areas of their life.
Yes.
So if somebody's going...
Well, what can I say? It is now 10 years since 2015 that I started the Sylbourne Show. And over the years, it has evolved. Evolved from the red chair to COVID, to virtual, and we are still here. That's the most important thing. One of the most important things in life is that you've got to be consistent.
Just take discipline as well, and sacrifice. I had a small window between.
You've got to be persistent. And one of the things that the show has taught me, and I heard Don Lemon said it the other day. I don't really follow Don Lemon, but Don Lemon said something when he was speaking to Joy. And he said he started off by having all these different lights and cameras and producers. And they said he just had to be authentic, just be himself. He said he's doing it from his house and everything, go out on the road, just be himself. And one of the things about the Sylbourne Show is that there's no sort of pressure. There's just ease. There's just rest and just being yourself. The most important thing is being your authentic self in all that you do. And through the walk and talk motivation, you see me walking up and down in the park with my virtual. People sometimes say, do I have any camera people? I said, well, if I tell you that, I'll have to take you, man. The In Review every Thursday night where we look at some of the top news which is happening in the world with various guests. And we're talking Sip Saturday night, which emanated through the COVID. As a matter of fact, today, the 24th of March, was when they locked down the UK. Can you imagine that? Locked down the UK on my birthday. That's it. 5 years ago when they locked down. But the essence of the whole thing is that didn't stop you. You learned to innovate. So therefore, you weren't in an isolation mode. You weren't in a quarantine mode. You weren't in a lockdown mode. You weren't in a shield mode. You actually boost, as Mike Virgin said when I'm walking on the street, he said, boost mode, activate. So, and as for 2025, we're going further and further. And one of the things that I said I wanted to do was to give back to Jamaica. I always say give back to the land of your birth. And I want to give back civics. I want to be a conduit that talks about civics. So every Saturday night, or, we started the last Saturday night on the 22nd, we'll be talking about civics, people's responsibility, because I believe in people's empowerment. I believe in giving people meat, substance, and use that as a way that they can build themselves. And like with the imminent election in Jamaica, it's not about different colors, but it's about people. As someone said, fly the gate. Let people understand the power that they have, that they are the super boss. And politicians also are the super servants, So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much. Remember to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, Sylbourne TV. On TikTok, it's Super Sylby. On Facebook, it's Sylbourne TV, and Instagram, Sylbourne TV as well. And remember to like and subscribe. And of course, one of my mantras is that when I interview people, when I get people on my show, I like to find new blood, new persons, and I say, I want to reach people when they're rising, so that I rise with them. Thank you so much. And we keep going on. 10 years on. Congratulations to the Sylbourne Show. Thank you so much. And we'll continue beyond and beyond. Have a great day. Peace out. Bye. Thank you.
Simply replacing the monarch doesn't replace the colonial structure.
Yes.
And so I want to replace the constitution, not just the monarch, with one that is a true republic.
Yes.
As you know,
in the sort of early periods of the 1960s and thereabouts, who may or
50%. Isn't it that if we're going to make any changes, it's got to be very effective? And Matunda, we're not just talking about removing the king as the head of state. If you're talking about changing up the constitution, there must be aspects to it. There must be terminating it. There must be removing even the Caribbean, removing the Privy Council. Of course. So it can't just, it's not just
share in the great experience of Jamaica. And it can be a home, and not just a place where they vacation for a week or 4 days or so.
That's very good. Now, the big thing now is that everybody is saying, get rid of King Charles because, Queen Elizabeth is gone now. Jamaica is moving towards a republic. Changing countryman to Gulliver, because apparently you're a countryman before,
Yeah.
but why you are now Gollipop? What was the distinction? What was the difference?
Difference is this. I'm a countryman, I'm a DJ, my lyrics, them. Come like nobody don't want to recognize me. I mean, know me sound good to myself.
Yes.
I mean, I listen to other people's tune, and I listen my one of me do.
Yes.
I mean, I say, but him tune nobody down for me. All me get to, I mean, I get to. But God always a whisper slow, you know, because God is a man and him a talk soft, you know. So let me tell you this, man, I know your time yet.
Yes.
When your time for you go out there, I'm going to let you out, nobody can stop you.
That's all done for country. I've been one of the architects. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't make it there, and great things happening. Can you tell us what are the key things that Jamaicans in the UK should understand about the diaspora? Sometimes they say, what is this diaspora? What are the key elements you could say in a couple of things?
The first thing, one of the things that I really like people to understand is that you're a member of the diaspora by blood. You're not a member of the diaspora because you have subscribed to a particular association that you know your uncle used.
Where the state in Jamaica is not yet able to do so. So I regard the diaspora as very important stakeholders. Hence, with you inviting me to come on, even though I have an election in 2 days' time, I am not here. I'm not calling delegates, which is what I perhaps should be doing based on my handles, but I'm here doing this interview with you. So yeah, I do think that the diaspora has such a vital role to play. And we need.
When I was coming here, I got out of my house and I jumped on the toll road and I zip across and I was in Kingston.
Yeah.
Quick. The road was empty.
Small. Like for micro, small. More now than before the pandemic. So when you put those
Jamaica technically has the same. There are Jamaicans who still maintain their culture,
Yes.
their way of speaking, and their way of life, even though they're resident here. Jamaica ought to tap into that as its commonwealth. And what we need to do as a sign of strengthening this diaspora, which should be really called our commonwealth, is to say, listen, we want you, members of the diaspora who have decided to move to another country, who have...
Mission is to help persons to acquire their own homes and achieve financial independence wherever they are located. And you know, there are some persons who will continue to be based here. We want to help them to do that business here.
Yes. Well, as a Jamaican here as well, I'm also one of your members, and you are with the listening ear. So I'm going to bring my thought to you now, which you listen.
Sure.
And of course, this is what everybody always talk about is, you know, they want to buy a property in Jamaica. Okay. Right now, I know somebody want to buy a property in Jamaica, and I say, is there a who can they go to down in Jamaica? Now, you also have a book of list of properties as well. So therefore, if somebody want to buy a property in Jamaica now, what's the process for them?
Well, that's another piece of good news. We have just restructured